Hey, we're going to talk about some other new music coming out. Since I started keeping track of new music to talk about and share with you, I've started throwing them in a playlist down below called New Releases. Right now it says 2024 New Releases. My rule of thumb has been to keep it within the last year. Actually, my rule of thumb has been to keep it within the year. So it should be 2024 new releases. But I haven't been getting to them fast enough. So it's just piling up, and there's a lot of stuff that extends past that. So the the amended rule is 12 months, a year. I only keep things in there for a year. And sometimes if I don't get to it, I'll just drop them off the list once it gets past a year. Um, but it's been like drinking from a fire hose. I've mentioned before that everybody is putting out new music, and I just can't keep up with all of the different genres and all of the different bands and artists that are putting out music. It's like taking a drink from a fire hose. You know, imagine taking a drink from a hose, a fire hose off of a fire truck is just, you just barely get anything if you try to take a drink from a fire hose. And my algorithm is insane. Let's just say my algorithm is aggressive with feeding me new stuff. I just don't know what to do about it. And to compound things, in my search and my YouTube research, I found a podcast. I don't actually don't actually listen to the podcast, but I found the YouTube videos of the podcast, a podcast called Songs That Don't Suck. And the guy that does the podcast, what's his name, Mark Bradbourne, apparently has very, very similar tastes as me. What his deal is he scours the Spotify playlists, listens to about 30 seconds of each song, listens to hundreds of songs, and narrows it down to 5 per episode, 5 per week. He does it every week, but I'm behind on all of those, so I started listening to all of those and looking up all of the bands that he recommended, narrowed it down from hundreds of songs to 5 at a time. And so many of them are so good. So I started piling those in my playlist, in my new releases playlist. And since I'm trying to get caught up on his older episodes, some of the songs extend past my year limit for my playlist. Some I try to look up the bands and I'll try to find newer songs so they actually fit within the playlist time period. But I'm going to try to do a few episodes quickly in a row to knock out all of those ones that are older than a year. And if I can get it knocked down to older than a year, then I'll try to get it down within the year. Hopefully by the end of 2024, I can start over fresh with a 2025 playlist of new releases. So, that being said, let's start with a band called Des Rocks. My God, these guys were amazing. Apparently they've been around for a while. Some of their stuff is way older. I didn't really listen to much of their older stuff. But one song called Dream Machine the intro with the effects and the vocals, they're another Queen wannabe band. I mean that in the best way. They were so good. I listened to several of their songs. They're kind of like, they kind of hit this middle ground between the Arctic Monkeys and Foxy Shazam style. They're kind of glammy, but still kind of dark and edgy, and kind of reminds me of the Strokes, or not the Strokes, the Struts a lot. Speaking of which, that's another band that has put out new music within the last year, and I didn't like the song as much as I like their older stuff, but I 100% support that band. I think they're freaking amazing, and it's pretty funky. That song was pretty funky. I think they're trying to move away from the Queen comparisons a little bit, but other bands that have new music, I keep saying new music, all this stuff is older. It's within the last year or maybe last 15 months, whatever, but Young the Giant. I've covered several songs by Young the Giant. I thought they were an amazing band when they first came out. Pretty mainstream. I'm surprised they haven't gotten way bigger than they did. There's a couple songs that we used to cover from them that I actually love playing, but they just never got big enough to justify continuing playing the songs. This new one's pretty middle of the road. I don't love it, but Young the Giant, good band. Another one I didn't expect to see was the Wombats. They did a song a few years ago. I can't even remember what it was now. I should have looked that up before I started filming this. But their new song, I think they may be from New Zealand or Australia, maybe. I'm not sure. But it's poppy, but kind of dark. Similar to that older song that I liked from them. We'll see if it sticks. The Wombats. And the last one I'll get to, since I took up all the time with the explanation of the Songs That Don't Suck podcast, is Wolfmother. I was a huge fan of Wolfmother. I think they came out 20 years ago. It might have been 2003, 2004, I'm not sure. If it was 2004, it should be in my flashback 2004 video. I'll talk about them a little more. But apparently they have like 6 or 7 albums out since that time. I didn't really keep up with them after that first album. I thought that first album was great. Wikipedia says this new song came out in 2021, but the video on YouTube says it's from a year ago, so I don't know if they've just recorded, just doing some live videos of some of their older stuff or what, but I never heard it before, so it goes on my new music list. I got some deeper dives that I need to go into, so I think I'm just going to leave it right there. Hopefully I'll get back to you tomorrow with another one. So, see you later.